Hi, Democrats. Today is Wednesday, October 11th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Wednesday. I apologize for being late, but literally as it was time to start, my computer shut down to do an update. So thank you for the few folks who are still here and being patient. So a couple of things I want to talk about today. Number one, first and foremost, I do this because I want to get Democrats elected. And last night last night all over the state, there were things to vote for and people to vote for. But in Lawton, we have a special election going on, and we had two Democrats on the ballot. And so Democrats didn't have to settle for a Democrat. They actually had a choice. They got to pick which Democrat they wanted. And in Lawton last night, Democrats chose Larry Bush. Now that got him out of the primary. Congratulations, Larry Bush. And thank you, Johnny Jernigan, for running and giving Democrats a choice. Now comes the hard work. The general election is on December 12th. The general election is on December 12th, and Larry is going against a MAGA Republican. Right? He's going against the MAGA Republican. And what needs to happen is we need to turn out every Democrat in Lawton needs to show up and vote in December and show Lawton that MAGA politics are not what we believe in. MAGA politics are not Oklahoma values. Show up, vote for Larry. Larry is a proven Oklahoman. He is an Oklahoman. He's a small businessman. He's been here, raised in Oklahoma. That's what we need. And we need to do the work. And so as I talk about that, I want to share with you how you can help in that election. We are doing statewide phone banks. So no matter where you live, if you live in Enid and you live in Ada, you live in Tulsa, Bartlesville, you can call voters in Lawton and remind them that there is an election on December 12th and tell them why they need to vote for Larry Bush. That's what we need to do. We need to remind folks that they need to show up. Democrats can win special elections. We have a history of winning special elections. We have a good candidate and we do the work. So we've done the first part. We have a good candidate. Now we need to help him do the work. We need to help him turn out the vote, making sure that everyone knows that there's an election in December. It is a weird time for an election, and so people aren't going to be thinking about it. They're going to be thinking about all of their holiday parties, their winter gatherings. They're not going to be thinking about an election, but there is an election. There is an election, and we have an opportunity to send yet another Democrat to Oklahoma City. And this election will make it in time for them to participate in the legislative session that starts in February. We need to send another Democrat. And so you can go out to mobilize.us/OK Democrats and click on either of those events. And it will take you to sign up to participate in one of the phone banks. Either you can go directly and start calling yourself, or you can sign up for one of the trainings and someone can walk you through the process so that you can make phone calls with confidence. So that's what's happening in elections in our state. I spend my day talking to candidates, trying to raise money, and talking to our volunteers. And today I got a really wonderful call. I was speaking to Rose Lynch, the chair of the Okmulgee County Democratic Party, and she made my day. She was telling me that the chair of the Oklahoma Republican Party was in Okmulgee this week, and they had a closed-door secret meeting because they are worried. They needed to make plans because they're worried that the Democrats are coming to Okmulgee. Frankly, they're worried that the Democrats are casting a gaze to rural Oklahoma. They saw the bus tour. They knew what it meant, and they knew that we were going out. And if we go out and we tell people what we believe, that people will listen to us and people will sign up with us and people will vote with us. And now they're scared. And so the OK GOP chair went to Okmulgee and had a secret planning meeting of what are they going to do about the dastardly Democrats. That does my heart well, because they know that we're getting the word out. They know that we're not leaving rural Oklahoma for them to just run roughshod over. They know that we're coming for them, and they're scared. That made my day, and I hope that it makes your day, because the Republicans see us. They get it that we are coming, and they know that if their folks hear our message, that they'll become our folks. Because our message is for everyday, regular Oklahomans, right? Well-funded public education, access to affordable health care regardless of your zip code, and access to to economic opportunity or jobs. They know that that message is a powerful message, and they're afraid that we're getting out there and getting the message. So if you live in a place where you think that no one's paying attention, if you live in a place that you think that the Republicans have on lock, if you live in a place where you feel like it's hopeless, take stock that the Republicans understand that they don't have the stronghold lock that they've always felt comfortable in having. And why is it important? I was talking to somebody today who made fun of me for being so partisan. Here's the thing, I haven't always been this partisan, but right now there is a huge gap between the parties. There's a huge gap. There is no wandering over into their direction because there's some good stuff happening over there. The reality is they're the party who's banning books. They're the party who is sitting on $9 billion in savings while we are in the middle of a crisis of homelessness. They're the party who, even though there are more children who qualify for free lunch, they're passing bills to reduce how many kids get free lunch. They are running with a losing message. And they know if we go out there with our message of economic opportunity, of growth, of healthcare, they know that they will lose some of their followers who just check the Republican box. They know that if people hear what we're talking about, they will listen. And then they will listen to our candidates, and they will vote for our candidates, and we will make a headway into how many Democrats we have at county offices, how many Democrats we have in the school board, at the state house, in the state senate, and eventually in our state offices, how many Democrats we have in our congressional delegation. They know that if people hear our message, that they will vote with us, and they're afraid. We knew that he was a little bit afraid when he responded to the Channel 8 video saying that he's not worried about outreach, but the fact that now he's traveling the state and having secret meetings, it's wonderful. So what happens when Republicans lead? Let's just look at a national level. Right now, a lot of our military branches don't have leadership because one senator is holding it up. One senator is saying, no, we don't need leaders at the top of our military. And supposedly the other party who is pro-military, pro-veterans. That's what they say, not what they do. When they're in charge, there is no Speaker of the House. And when there's no Speaker of the House, we can't vote to provide support or anything to our friends in Israel. When there is no leadership, well, when Republicans are in leadership, there is no leadership. We are in limbo. This is why it's important to put Democrats in charge, or at least put enough Democrats in the room so there are adults in the room and we can make decisions. That's what's important. That's why we do this. We want to elect Democrats so we have some common sense, so that we have someone who's looking out for the everyday Oklahoman. Thanks for joining me, and I'll be back here tomorrow with Mickey Dollins at 4:15. You guys have a great evening.